Hey, what's going on? Welcome to a special edition of the 4-3-3 shootout, smack in the middle of the week after a Champions League football action. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for listening in our last episode, and thank you for the subscribe, the likes, the view, the shares, and comments. Especially on our Instagram page as well. We can't thank you enough. But guess what? We have a lot of things that is going on that is going to make changes here in the podcast. And I'm talking about giveaways, jerseys, merchandise, all from the podcast itself. So once it's been finalized, we will definitely announce it here on our podcast. And speaking of podcast, let's talk about the Champions League. Wow, what a night of football. In the last episode, I said the most interesting group is Group H in Manchester United, Başakşehir, PSG, and RBL Leipzig. As to now, I still can't get my head around who is going through. Some of you may say that Man United looks obvious to go through. Well, it's not, because with 2 match days to go, we still don't know which Man United will turn up. You know, Man United hosts PSG next at home. We know what happened the last time they played at Old Trafford. PSG victory. Başakşehir hosts Leipzig, and the last match day, PSG will host Başakşehir while Man United travel to Leipzig. That's confusing enough, right? If I'm gonna put my money, I'm going with... Looking at how things are going currently, I'm going with Manchester United and Leipzig. I think Leipzig will get something in Istanbul and they will beat Man United for the final match day. I have a sneaking feeling that PSG will fall to Başakşehir at home in Paris on the last match day because of the quality I don't think they are producing right now. PSG, I don't think the players are listening to Thomas Tuchel at all. So I think everything will fall apart on the last match day. But hey, comment if you think I'm wrong, and especially to the die-hard fans out there in PSG or Manchester United or Başakşehir or maybe RBL Leipzig. Comment on our YouTube comment section, and of course let me know what you think about. But going into the match, PSG, yes, they won after a controversial penalty claim, but with the talent they have, this is totally unacceptable in terms of quality. The reason Leipzig didn't kill them on the pitch yesterday is just lack of striking power. Timo Werner comes to mind, right? Leipzig actually bossed the game for a good 40 minutes, and other than that, I think PSG got off lucky. Not good enough for them. But of course, I don't want to be harsh to PSG. They needed the win and they get the job done. You know, props to them. But when push comes to shove, they will need to produce their quality. They got great players in there. They got Ander Herrera, Neymar, Mbappe. You know, they need to sort out their defense. They didn't replace Thiago Silva, and yeah, it's all gonna go down to the final match days, which is why I think it's the most interesting group predicted, by the way, in the draw of the Champions League. So yeah. Other than that, Manchester United victory over Başakşehir. Bruno Fernandes getting a brace. Good for him. He's really carrying this Man United side at the moment. But Manchester United fans, this group is far from over, because the last match day is where the group will be decided. I won't be surprised if Man United don't go through as well, even though they are in pole position right now. But anyways, other results that I saw, other results that Liverpool lost to Atalanta, an inexperienced Liverpool side. I don't know why Jurgen Klopp is doing that. I think if you want to play some of your fringe players, you should automatically decide the group first. Win for today will automatically bring them, and then they can play all their reserves in the last match days, in the last 2 match days, but they did not. Atalanta with a 2-0 victory, and Atalanta suddenly are now edging with Ajax. So I don't know. I think Liverpool, they have to, you know, bring their very best, but of course they travel to Ajax next. What's that? Well, how's that gonna be like if Ajax win or Liverpool didn't get a point? You know what I mean? So, but I didn't watch that game though. I did watch Inter Milan fall to Real Madrid at the San Siro. A 2-0 victory over Inter. This is a horrible performance by Inter. The red card on Vidal doesn't help. It was kind of dumb actually, by the way, from Arturo Vidal. This is what happens was he was reprimanded by the ref for a penalty claim. And then for close 5 seconds later, he was in the referee's face again, and that's it for him. Arturo Vidal, you cannot do that in a football match, especially if you're a professional. I don't know, maybe he's tired of calls getting against him over the years when he was at Bayern or at Barcelona playing against Real Madrid. I'm not sure why he did that in a time where you really need to produce. You know what I mean? But going into the game, Antonio Conte will have to go through this all by himself. It's unacceptable that if they are playing Europa League again, he signs a whopping contract, and I don't think Inter will be able to let him go because it's gonna cost them a lot. He says he wants Christian Eriksen. They gave him. He says he will go to war with Arturo Vidal. They gave him as well. There's no excuse for Conte actually. They were even poor before the sending off. There's no saving grace. 2 points out of 4 games, and they face Borussia Gladbach next away, and they are topping the group, Gladbach, by the way. And Gladbach, they wants to steal qualification in this group. They will look to kill off the group though. I guess if the only saving grace if Shakhtar beats Real Madrid and they beat Gladbach. For some reason, it's a miracle. I don't think it will happen because Borussia Mönchengladbach is a good side. It's a very disciplined side, free-flowing as German possibly as it gets. And I guess it will all go down to the wire if that actually happens, but I don't think it will happen. I think Inter will seal their fate in the next match day, and they lost to Gladbach. Other than that, Inter will not be playing even in Europa League football for me. It's been a very poor campaign for them. Antonio Conte have no excuse whatsoever. Poor performance, and I don't think Antonio Conte will escape the media if he doesn't get out of this group. It'll be interesting to see what will happen to him. That's it for Champions League football. In this very short episode, I just want to say, of course, the bigger news is off football coming back from all the studios. If you watch Champions League football, and if you're not on social media, you will be aware that Diego Maradona has passed away at the age of 60 years old. Now, of course, we dedicate this section to him. We save the best for the last and the best of the best, and that is Diego Maradona. It's something that will be remembered for a very, very long time. You know what? After watching all the interviews and tributes about him today, I finally understand what they mean when they say Maradona is a man of the people. All these interviews saying how great he was and all that, it doesn't really matter what he did after his footballing career. The thing is, he's as close as an individual, he's as close as touching the sky in terms of his legacy and inspiration to many of the great footballers we see today. So passionate, so unbelievable on the pitch, and when he have his demons after his career, it goes to show that he is, after all, human. And that is something that people can relate because, as human, we are never perfect and we have our flaws. And that's why I finally understand why he is so revered and blessed with people. I mean, it's given obvious that he's so revered in Argentina because of what he did in the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, right? And then Napoli as well. But he's so revered and blessed with people, and this is where I understand why he's man of the people. You see, people saying the greatest is Pele, Maradona, and Messi. For me, the best I've ever seen in my eyes is Brazil Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Diego Maradona. But what separates Maradona, and this is where I'm getting back to my point, what separates Maradona is that he gave much joy to people more than those two. He gave much joy to the middle class, to the lower class of the people, because Argentina is not, it's not glamorous, it's not fancy, and he's so passionate. He's the type of individual that I can safely say can be seen in the streets watching football and getting rowdy with the crowd. That's what Maradona is. And I have to say, the kids, I myself included, we grew up playing void deck football here in Singapore. I'm pretty sure other countries, they play in sands. They play. You see, if you didn't watch Maradona, you watch his videos on YouTube. All of his skills can be followed by the kids these days. And he's doing it on a professional level, and I guess that's what he brings to people like us. And of all the tributes I've watched and read today, to me, Pele says it best. One day they'll kick the ball together in the sky. That sends a very powerful message. Well, if there ever was such a day, I would like to be there and watch it. Condolences to the greatest legend, quite possibly of all time, Diego Armando Maradona. And football really, really lost a tragic, one-of-a-kind legend today. So thank you so much, Diego Armando Maradona, for all the years. Thank you so much.